How was he, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasa, recognized by the citizens when he entered the city of Hastinapura, now Delhi, after wandering in the province of Kuru and Jangala, appearing like a madman, dumb and retarded? The present city of Delhi was formerly known as Hastinapura because it was first established by King Hasti. Goswami Sukadeva, after leaving his paternal home, was roaming like a madman, and therefore it was very difficult for the citizens to recognize him in his exalted position. A sage is not therefore recognized by sight but by hearing. One should approach a sadhu or great sage not to see but hear him. If one is not prepared to hear the words of a sadhu, here there is no profit. Sukadeva Goswami was a sadhu who could speak on the transcendental activities of the Lord. He did not satisfy the whims of ordinary citizens. He was recognized when he spoke on the subject of bhagavatam, and he never attempted jugglery like a magician. Outwardly, he appeared to be retarded, dumb madman, but in fact, he was the most elevated transcendental personality. Om Ajnana Timrindasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanutamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Pesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Takanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Devi Pranamani Hari Priye Acha Kalptarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. I think almost 2 weeks, right? We didn't have a lecture here. So last time I was narrating how Sukadeva Goswami, how he was a parrot with Srimad Radharani, and then how she heard Bhagavatam, and then how he became attracted to hearing Bhagavatam, because even though himself says in second canto Bhagavatam, second chapter, first chapter, Parinishtopi Nairgunya Uttama Shloka Leelaya. Yeah. Uttama Shloka Leelaya. Volume name? Hare Krishna. Uttama Shloka Leelaya. Grihita Cheta Rajarshi Akhyatvan Aditvan. He says, even though I am fixed in impersonal Brahman realization, I became attracted to the wonderful pastimes of Sri Krishna. So that is the power of Krishna's pastimes. Then I have narrated how he heard two shlokas, right? Barhapidam and Ahobakiyam Stankalkutum. So here he was actually acting like a madman. Once after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after he came back from Gaya, the past time, he got initiated by Ishwar Puri. Then he started exhibiting his pastimes as a devotee. Then whole night he would cry, "Where is my Shyam Sundar? Where is my Shyam Sundar?" One day Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu came. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, "Where is my Shyam Sundar? Where is Krishna?" Gadadhar Pandit told him, "Oh, he is there in your heart." Then Mahaprabhu started piercing his heart. "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Then Gadadhar Pandit, he somehow or other pacified him. Whole night he would dance, whole night he would sing Hare Krishna, whole night he would cry. Sachi Mata, she was thinking, my son has become mad. Just like everybody would come and give Mother Sachi some, like I always tell, in India, what is the population of major people? More than 18. How many are voting now? 100 crores. 94 crores? Huh? So, in India, 94 crore doctors are there. Right? Everybody becomes a doctor. You tell somebody, that I have diabetes, then immediately they give medicine. मेथी दाना खाओ, भिंडी भिगा के खाओ, भिंडी भिगा के पियो पानी, वॉकिंग करो, करेला का जूस पियो. हाँ? No, every time I tell that I have diabetes, then they will give this session. Huh? Oi, neem. Bechari, Sachi Mata ko bhi, they will give, medicine, Then Sachi Mata is very innocent, then she would do it. नीम का जूस पिलाया, ये वो, and all that stuff. Once Prabhupada was there, one Indian man came, he was arguing with Prabhupada, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? Then Prabhupada shouted at him, why don't you do it? You are simply, very good in India. All Indians are very good in giving free advice. Like that. So anyway, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so one day, so everybody, they are saying, there is a air, Prabhupada says, kapha pitta vayu, kapha pitta. If there is a vayu imbalance, then there is a symptom of madness, mental illness. That is why Prabhupada told in one of the lectures, we should not practice on our own pranayama. So, Puraka, Rechaka and Kumbhaka. Right? Inhaling, holding and exhaling. There is one Swami Sivananda, he wrote a book, yogic therapy, something like that. Then in that he suggested those who are seeking good health, don't practice Kumbhaka. Then he introduced what he call Sahaja Pranayama, where he removed Kumbhaka, then he only would suggest Puraka and Rechaka. Because if you are not careful in practicing the pranayama under the expert guidance, Prabhupada said you will become mad. Because air imbalance will occur if you don't practice properly. Right? Anyway, they said air imbalance is there, Vayu, like that. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing Tulsi Aarti. And Srivas Thakur came. Srivas Thakur, he recited some verse or something like that. किसका फोन बज रहा है? उधर क्यों छुपा है? हाँ? It's not charged. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell down in ecstasy. Then Srivas Thakur somehow pacified him and all that. Then Mahaprabhu asked Srivas, what is your diagnosis of my condition? So Mother Sachi also, she was very disturbed seeing the condition of Sri Lord Chaitanya. Then immediately Srivas Thakur told Mother Sachi that this is not madness. This is highest symptom of pure devotional service. My dear Mother Sachi, you don't worry. Your son is not mad. Then Mahaprabhu told Srivas Thakur, everybody says that I am mad. Then Srivas Thakur said, I also want this kind of madness. You are mad about Krishna. I also want this kind of disease. Then Mahaprabhu told Srivas Thakur, Srivas, today you have saved my life. If you also had concluded that I am mad, I would have drowned myself in Ganga and died. Right? So there are when you are advancing in devotional service, uh, when your mind is absorbed in Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's form, Krishna's holy name, it's a different state, where you lose external consciousness. You're in ecstasy. So sometimes such people may do some abnormal things. Then other people may conclude he's a madman. But because he is not externally conscious, like Sukadeva Goswami, he was not wearing any clothes because he was not conscious, external consciousness. So in some other place it was noted, I think first canto only, when Sukadeva Goswami entered, they were throwing stones. Right? They were throwing stones, all the boys. So like that. So we should not get cheated by, Prabhupada says in the purport, we should not get cheated by appearance of a person. That is why Srila Prabhupada says, also Narad Muni says that, I think in Brihad Bhagavatam, a pure devotee of Krishna. How many of you have read Devahuti and Kardamamuni pastime? You finished third canto Bhagavatam? Huh? So you must have read, na? Devahuti, Kardamamuni. Huh? Devahuti wanted to enjoy Angasanga, then immediately he did like this. Then there is a huge spatial mansion appeared with so many beautiful maidservants, beautiful cruise, like it's like a cruise, like that. He himself was surprised with his mystic powers. Like that. A devotee has naturally mystic powers. Once Prabhupada, he was there, and it's a very famous story. Mr. Sethi, he was very, very ill and all that. He was about to die. Then he was being taken to London for, Then they brought him to Prabhupada. Prabhupada just touched him. He became all right. Sometimes Prabhupada exhibited. But in general, Prabhupada also said, and Narad Muni also says, that a devotee of Krishna doesn't exhibit mystic powers to attract people. But he wants them to come to him and hear from him. So you must hear from a pure devotee, not look at his appearance or, mystic powers and all that. So all this Sai Baba and all, they used to, do some tricks and produce Shivalinga, ash, right? Like that. So people are attracted. But PC Sarkar, he challenged Sai Baba at that time. They do this disappearing act, these magicians. Sometimes it comes on Facebook and all. They do a lot of tricks. So PC Sarkar challenged Sai Baba, come, let us have a, whatever you are doing, I can do it. All this making. So Sai Baba usually actually it is magic only. He didn't have any mystic powers or anything, magic tricks. He used to hide this. That's why he was always wearing full sleeves and like that. Yeah. Even our devotees also have challenged him. So once PC Sarkar, he came to Vrindavan. He performed these magical tricks. Prabhupada was there. Prabhupada enjoyed a lot. Right? Enjoyed a lot. Then Prabhupada asked him, you are doing all these disappearing acts and all that. But I am also a big magician. Can you make birth, death, old age and disease disappear from somebody's life? Yeah? He said no. Then Prabhupada said, I can do that. Right? I can do that. So for that, for Prabhupada to perform the magic of disappearing birth, death, old age and disease, you have to hear from him. So association with pure devotee means not how nicely his clothes are ironed, how nicely his hair was set. I know some sannyasis in ISKCON only, they do grooming, to look good. They go to beauty parlor and they do facelifting, all this Botox injection. They got a lot of money, Haram ka paisa. So that they look very fit and handsome and wear very nice clothes and all everything. So so that is not the criteria for judging a pure devotee. So the criteria is you hear from him what he is speaking, right? Is he speaking? Is he doing prajalpa, or is he speaking Krishna Katha all the time? How many of you dare to record your whatever you say 24 hours in a day? Can you tell somebody that whatever I am speaking, please record? Please raise your hands. Nobody, right? But Prabhupada told, whatever I am speaking, please record. That's why they have so many hours of recording, Whatever Prabhupada spoke from 1966 onwards, till the time he left his body, they recorded every word that he spoke. He would dare to do that because he was always speaking about Krishna. So that is the symptom of a sadhu. Katam va पांडवेयस्य राजर्षेर्मुनिना सह संवादः samabhutata yatraisha satvati shutihi. How did it so happen that King Parikshit met this great sage, making it possible for this great transcendental essence of the Vedas to be sung to him? Srimad Bhagavatam is stated here as the essence of the Vedas. It's not an imaginary story as it is sometimes considered by unauthorized men. It is also called Sukha Samhita, or the Vedic hymn spoken by Sri Sukadeva Goswami, the great liberated sage. Sa godohana matram hi gruheshu gruhamedinam avekshate mahabhagas tirtikurvam stadashramam. He was accustomed to stay at the door of a householder only long enough for a cow to be milked, and he did this just to sanctify the residence. Sukadeva Goswami met Emperor Parikshit and explained the text of Srimad Bhagavatam. He was not accustomed to stay at any householder's residence for more than an half an hour at the time of milking the cow, and he would just take alms from the fortunate householder. That was to sanctify the residence by his auspicious presence. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami is an ideal preacher established in the transcendental position. From his activities, those who are in the renounced order of life and dedicated to the mission of preaching the message of Godhead should learn that they have no business with householders save and except to enlighten them in transcendental knowledge. Such asking for alms from the householder should be for the purpose of sanctifying his home. One who is in the renounced order of life should not be allured by the glamour of the householder's worldly possessions and thus become subservient to worldly men. For one who is in the renounced order of life, this is much more dangerous than drinking poison and committing suicide. उनको पूछो बेड चाहिए क्या, पलंग, उठो उठो, पलंग चाहिए, सोने के लिए आते हो? Once Srila Prabhupada asked his disciples, what is the difference between you and me? What did Prabhupada say? Anybody knows this pastime? Prabhupada asked his disciples, what is the difference between you and me? Then they said, you are Paramahamsa, this and that and all that. Prabhupada said,
I'm afraid of my.
Prabhupada said, you may fall down, but I will never fall down. So next day, he was, while taking darshan, he was offering some prayer. Satsarup Goswami asked Prabhupada, what are you praying? Prabhupada said, I am praying to Krishna to save me from falling down. Then they asked, yesterday only he said, you said that you will never fall down. Now you are praying that, to Krishna that I should not fall down. Prabhupada said, that's why I won't fall down, because I am always praying to Krishna to protect me. But you are all, not afraid of Maya, that, you take too many risks. So, actually I was reading third kind of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada writes that this, like in Ramayana Katha, I was saying, what is Gruhameti? Anybody remembers? What is the definition of Grahameti?
Who is only thinking about family and children.
Only family is in the last of thinking what are places.
You know, I gave a definition. Metha means violence, committing violence. Grahameta means घर में बैठ के जो हिंसा करता है वो ग्रहमेता. क्या हिंसा करता है? हाँ, yeah, boiling water, so many krimis, kitakas, they fall, die while grooming, while washing, while grinding, all this. There are 5 kinds of sins. Grahamedhi, right? Prabhupada says that a person who is married, who enters married life, it is just like falling into a blind dark well, right? Blind dark well. When somebody falls into this blind dark well, he keeps on shouting, save me, save me, save me, but nobody is there to save because it is abandoned. The well is abandoned, so no people are around to save him. And crying and crying, they die. In the same way, married life, Prabhupada says, it is an open jail. Right? In the jail, there is a heavy security. There is heavy security. Sometimes some dreaded criminals, they were put in anda cell. There is one guy, once we went to this Baikala jail, Arthur Road jail, for distributing Gitas. So there is one dreaded terrorist or whatever. He was involved in 1993 blast. So only for some time only they were let out, So that guy is taking walk. One more Qaidi told me, prabhuji ye hai, aisa hai. But Grahasthashram is an open jail. Gates are open, but they don't want to, they don't want to go out. Right? Because they are attached. So, and then majority of the people are grasthas only. Majority of the people are grasthas only. So who will save them? Right? So, Sukadeva Goswami, who will not otherwise go to anybody's place, Godohana. Godohana means they have calculated. It takes around 22 minutes seems. Right? Huh?
Milking cow.
22 minutes, right? For milking the cow. So only during that much time he goes and stays with a grastha or whatever. Like that. Godohana. Like that. Some of you must may be remembering, I told this story many times. During the Rajasuya sacrifice, Maharaj Yudhishthira, he was serving prasadam to hundreds and thousands and lakhs of people, prasadam. So, prasadam in charge is Draupadi, She was looking after, prasad distribution. And for every time 1 lakh people are served, they would ring a bell. 1 lakh people. And then throughout the day, the bell would ring. So many people were coming and taking prasad. If you go to Tirupati, there is a Prasadam Hall, Vengamamba, right? Vengamamba Prasadam Hall. Recently when we went, we took prasadam there, right? Previously they used to serve onion garlic also. His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj spoke to them. Then he convinced TTD people not to serve onion garlic. So they were so very nice prasadam they would serve, right? So many people there, very systematically they serve prasad, and tuck, right? And then not like in ISKCON, so much problem. Even if you go to Guruvayur temple, anybody's gone? Guruvayur temple? Huh? You had free prasad? Free prasad? Very nice. Sambar rice and sabji they do, and then they give, you must have gone, right? Huge. They make a line and then first tuck, they serve, One person serves chawal, tuck, they would put sambar, like that. Then you have to eat like this. Sambar rice. Sambar rice. When I first came to Mumbai, I used to take food in the Matunga, right? So my favorite joint is, of course, Udupi Ramakrishna. Anybody went? Knows? Udupi Ramakrishna, very famous, just Matunga station. But another restaurant was there. It is very famous Tamil, Kansans. They would serve sambar and rice only, sambar and rice. They would sit and these stupid people, they say, why temples, instead of, build hospitals, right? But if you go Mantralaya Raghavendra Swami and so many places, they serve thousands of people prasadam, free, right? In ISKCON also, during COVID, our ISKCON Dwarka temple in Delhi, they were serving crores of meals, right? It became very famous. This Akshapatra also they serve. I think he got some award, right? You know? For Akshapatra. Huh?
Even in hospital, they serve for 5 rupees.
Yeah. So temples, so Yudhishthira Maharaj, he used to serve in golden plates. We serve in pattal in, So one day, Krishna, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Draupadi, all of them, they were sitting. Then the bell started ringing continuously. It was not stopping only. Bell started ringing continuously. The bell was ringing. Tang, 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 tang. Then everybody was shocked. We did not even start serving prasadam. How after 1 lakh people only, once the bell rings. But who is ringing the bell? I am here. So they approached Krishna. Krishna, why this bell was ringing? And Krishna smiled that there is one great devotee. He took kanji No? Kanji. Sukadeva Goswami, he took kanji. So this one Sukadeva Goswami is equivalent to more than 1 million Brahmanas. Millions of Brahmanas. One Vaishnava is equivalent to millions of Brahmanas. Because he came and took prasadam, so the bell was ringing. That was the greatness of Sukadeva Goswami. So he would by seeing only once, people will become purified. Sukadeva Goswami. So all these grahasthas, that is why Prabhupada says that when a saintly person comes to the house of a grahastha, and they would narrate Krishna's pastimes, right? So the grahasthas, they would sit and hear or serve him prasadam. Their millions and millions of lifetimes sinful reactions get nullified. They develop attachment to Krishna. That is why like Prabhupada, previously Sukadeva Goswami, even though they were actually very pious people, they were very pious people previously in previous ages. But still they were very attached grahasthas. They are very pious, but they are attached grahasthas. But in case of Prabhupada, Prabhupada, he would go to ordinary people who are very, very sinful also. Right? When he went to Gopal Agarwal's house, his wife, Sally Agarwal, she would keep meat in the same fridge where Prabhupada was keeping his food. Prabhupada would simply tolerate. Right? Once Prabhupada went to somebody's house in Malaysia, I think. So they were meat eaters. Prabhupada did not eating anything in their house. I think he was fasting for 3-4 days. He said, I won't eat in meat eater's house. But he was staying there. Like that. So devotees should travel around and preach to the people. Of course, when we travel, we are not very powerful, but we are carrying the message of Srila Prabhupada. So when we transfer that message to Prabhupada's message to all these people, then they will get benefit. Once I previously in 1998, 97, 98, 99, I used to do, till the time I became head pujari. So I was doing yoga retreat programs. Right? Or Sanjay, Sanjay Sabnis, Viresh, Manisha, then Ashwini Mataji. You also? Anil Shetty. There are many people, they attended yoga retreat. There is one devotee, we would host them from Friday evening to Sunday evening, and then Sunday evening they will go back. Then whole day programs like lectures, whole day. Then they have to attend kirtan, all that. Very intense program. I know one guy, he was addicted to drinking, smoking, eating meat and all that. And by Sunday evening, he left everything. You know? He left everything. So, of course, Sanjay Sabnis, he was always fond of prasadam. Right? See, now he's became a very pakka devotee, you know. But they attended this yoga retreat program and all. So they gave up all bad habits and all that. So, like that, you know, so many people, they come across Krishna consciousness. Even though we are not very pure, because the message that we are giving is very, very powerful. Because that is Prabhupada's message. That is why Prabhupada said, there are two instances I will say that when they started publishing Back to Godhead magazine, right? So Prabhupada, they didn't have so much money. They purchased some machine, you know, handheld machine. They were printing Back to Godhead magazines. And then all the devotees, all these hippies and all, they would sit and, you know, pin them and all that. Staple them and all that. So they were doing service. And then Prabhupada, he would put gulab jamuns in the pot. So those devotees who are very tired, they can go and pop in one gulab jamun. You know, Prabhupada would say, ISKCON bullet. Like that. So Roy Ramananda told Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, why don't you write, you also please write some article. Prabhupada said, whatever you are writing, how you are writing articles? Prabhupada, we are hearing your lectures and writing. That time not many books are there. That means I am only writing. Even though your name is there, I am the author of all articles. Then he told another instance where Prabhupada said, don't think that you are making devotees. Whenever some devotees are made, I am only making them. So when we preach and all, when sometimes people become devotees, we should never claim that I made some devotee. So the logic is because the logic is wrong, because you yourself are not a devotee yet. How you can make devotee? Right? When I am myself not a devotee and struggling to chant my rounds, you know, struggling to follow regulative principles and struggling to engage in Krishna's service 24 hours in a day, then how I can make someone else devotee? First you become, you know, a devotee only can make another devotee, right? So when devotees are being made, Prabhupada said, I am making the devotees in ISKCON. Don't think that you are making devotees. Like that. So, we should not think, you know, I am not qualified. You know, sometimes people think, oh, I am not qualified and all that stuff. Yes, that is true, I am not qualified. But on the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, we should preach. Because who is preaching? Prabhupada. So be humble not to take any credit. So that is, so Sukadeva Goswami such a great devotee, he would go to Grihastha's houses when that people, they were, you know, milking the cow. That much time only he is there. Then after milking the cow, they will give some milk. You know, Krishna also used to drink milk, you know, direct. Anybody drank like that? Huh? Direct. Huh? You drank? When? Where?
In my home
Cow or bhais? Haryana, right? Yeah, Punjab. Yeah?
UP. Haridwar, right?
Uttarakhand.
Border.
Yeah, we used to have bhais, We used to drink bhais ka mother. That is why बुद्धि भ्रष्ट हो गया था. Krishna would drink milk, directly. Once, one servant in Nanda Maharaj's house, he was narrating. And, sometimes, Krishna would. Can you imagine Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is the source of all universes. Then he is the source of all Brahmas and Shivas and Indras and all that. But he would act like a ordinary coward boy, and then he is not acting also. Yoga. He is actually playing himself, and then he would go around with his coward boyfriends, for pasturing and all that. So this servant's job is every day when Krishna and all the coward boyfriends, they would come back. He has to serve. Even my mother used to serve this, we used to mix, I don't know if anybody is tasted, mix, milk with chawal. Anytime you eat? Huh? चावल में दूध डाल के शुगर डाल के पिया खाने का. खाया आप लोग? हाँ? Hot only. Hot only.
We call it kheer.
That is boiling. It's not cooked. You take chawal and then mix. I think in South India mostly more we take. Huh? So Krishna used to like that dish. क्या हुआ? More then Krishna would sit and then what all they speak, what all they speak, all gossip. So he would they would speak and all that. Every day he would do that. One day Krishna was sitting and then taking. So this servant is serving all that milk and chawal and sugar and all that. So Mother Yashoda is very particular about this snack, because Krishna went to pasturing ground and he is very tired. So so she would make sure that they all eat very nicely. So she doesn't want any disturbance during this leela like that. So one day Toke came. Toke, his small boyfriend, said, Kana, did you hear? I said, what? Purnima is expecting, going to deliver. So Purnima is name of a cow. Purnima is expecting to deliver the. Then Krishna was very excited. How do you know? And Toke said, my mother, they are talking, then I heard it. Oh, that is why. So Krishna remembers all the cows and cows who all accompanied and all. Oh, that is why I was thinking why she didn't come today. I was looking for Purnima, but I didn't find. I was wondering why she didn't come today. Like that. Then the servant came. हो गया कुछ नाम रामू काका, रामू काका, रामू काका. Did you hear Purnima is going to deliver? She didn't come today. Yeah, she already delivered. Once after he blurted out, he realized the mistake. As soon as Krishna heard this, then Krishna ran. Hey, I want to see the child, the calf. As soon as Krishna ran, and all the cowboys they ran. They left, their snack in the middle, and then they all ran. They all ran. क्या हो गया? बंद कर रहा है क्या? Then Mother Yashoda saw. She looked at him very angrily. What nonsense you have done? Why you have to tell this news now? After they had eaten, you should have told, na? She started chastising. Now it is your job to go and feed them everybody. Now you take all this and feed them in the cow shed. Like that. Then Krishna went. Why? When the cows give birth to, why it's called Vatsalya? Anybody knows? Bhakta Vats. Why Krishna is known as Bhakta Vatsala? आपको समझ में आ रहा है? हिंदी में बोलने पड़े. Understanding? Prabhupada said, Krishna is not known as Karmi Vatsala, Yogi Vatsala, Jnani Vatsala. He is known as Bhakta Vatsala. What it means, Bhakta Vatsala? Bhakta Vatsala, a cow has so much love affection for the calf. As soon as a calf is born, she has covered with the blood and all that contamination. She licks off all the contaminated stuff and then keeps the calf very safe. Sometimes while licking, she may die, it seems, the cow. In the same way, Krishna is known as Bhakta Vatsala because as soon as we become his devotees, Krishna licks off all our sinful reactions. Just like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered Jagai and Madai, they have got so much stock of sinful reactions. When Mahaprabhu embraced, his golden body became blackish because he absorbed all the sinful reactions. Like that. So when Krishna and they reached, Anyway, lecture is there? The next lecture is there? Huh?
Need to check.
Huh?
I need to check now.
Check. Lecture is not there? Okay. So then Krishna, as soon as the cow saw Krishna, that cow stopped licking the calf and then she started licking Krishna. And Krishna, forced her, no, lick, you lick. Like that. And then the calf, as soon as she saw Krishna, she became attracted to Krishna. And then she was actually cuddling, with Krishna. Krishna was taking care. Then somehow the servant, he brought Krishna and all the cowherd boys back and then serving, milk rice, milk rice like that. So anyway, this is a very beautiful pastime. So like this, so this, Sukadeva Goswami, when he would come to Grihastha's houses, he doesn't stay for a long time. But Sukadeva Goswami stayed with Parikshit Maharaj for 7 days. That is why Sukadeva Maharaj Parikshit is described here in 10th Canto Bhagavatam as Rajarshi Sattama. Right? Parikshit Maharaj addressed Sukadeva Goswami as Muni Sattama. And then Parikshit Maharaj was addressed as, and then Sukadeva Goswami only addressed Parikshit Maharaj as Rajarshi Sattama. That is why, because he had given up everything, and like in New York, sometimes there was some time back there was a rumor spread. I think there was a blackout, and then they said, it is going, world will coming to end and all that. And they were interviewed. What are you going to do? Now you have got only 1 hour. They all said, we will enjoy. Last, like last minute enjoyment. Because they don't have faith in the next life and all that. When Parikshit Maharaj was cursed, that he would die within 7 days. Prabhupada said he was very, very fortunate that he got a notice of 7 days. Right? So somebody asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, how to chant nicely, attentively. What did Prabhupada say? If you understand that the death is at your doorstep, then you will chant nicely. Right? So we are all thinking, we are going to live for a long time. We have got more. But actually we don't have. We don't know any time. Right? Any time. Recently I was reading some report that there is one cyclist, who was doing so much cycling. Right? He died, at the age of some 45 or something like that. He has got some record cycling and all that. They die, like that. So they think that, if I do exercise and if I keep fit, I will live long. But we don't know. But we don't know, actually. That's why we cannot prepare also. But Parikshit Maharaj, he has got a notice of 7 days. As soon as, he was not angry that, that sage has cursed him. So immediately he gave up everything, such a opulent kingdom and everything. Then he went to the bank of Ganges. So then Sukadeva Goswami walked in, and then, so the personality who would not stay for more than 22 minutes in somebody's house, he stayed for 7 days and 7 nights. So from this we can understand how great Parikshit Maharaj was, and then how great Sukadeva Goswami is. And then the conversation that took place between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami is called Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why Srila Prabhupada in the earlier verse he described it as Sukha Samhita. Sukha Samhita. So, because you are all grahasthas, the greatest problem that you face, you know what it is. Even myself also, we also, what is that greatest thing, what is that thing that which gives you greatest suffering? The most suffering that you experience because of what?
Attachment. Forgetting.
Yeah. Why did they switch off the AC? I don't know. आपने बोला था क्या AC बंद करने के लिए? हाँ?
काम करने वाला था प्रभु जी। चालू कर देते।
सबसे ज़्यादा तकलीफ किससे आता है आपको? Prabhupada said, ahara nidra bhayamaithunam. Of these four, the fear is the we get most suffering because of fearfulness. We don't know what is going to happen. क्या हुआ?
एसी चालू करना है, या तो बंद होगा या तो चालू होगा, कम नहीं होता।
So, in this pastime of Devahuti and Kardama Muni, Devahuti, who is the daughter of very great king, Swayambhu Manu, right? And then she is sister of two brothers, Uttanapad and Priyavarat Maharaj. And she is Buva of Dhruv Maharaj. They took some interview. Who is the most irritating relative in your house? They all say Buva. Prabhupada described Devahuti. Her father is an incarnation of Vishnu. Her son is an incarnation of Vishnu. And husband is a great devotee, great Vaishnava. Yeah? Most fortunate lady. So Devahuti, she was so beautiful that there is one Gandharva, Vishwavasu. While he was traveling in an aeroplane, he saw Devahuti, playing on her terrace ball. Seeing the beauty of Devahuti, he fell from the aeroplane. ऐसा होता है क्या? Other day, Shilpa Shetty came, right? Shilpa Shetty को देख के कोई ब्रह्मचारी मूर्छित हो गया. He fainted. ऐसा कभी होता नहीं ना? But you can just imagine how beautiful they are. He fell from the airplane. There is one girl, I think Khyati or somebody. Agnidev became, they were doing, I think Khyati, they were doing parikrama, फेरा ले रहा था. Agnidev became attracted to that girl. Like that. such a beautiful girl, daughter of a emperor. She neglected her body and all that. Vishrambhena Atma Sauchena Gauravena Damena Cha Shushushaya Sahuradena Vacha Madhuraya Cha Bho. Vishrambhena means with great intimacy. A wife should consider her husband as a great friend. At the same time, she should have respect also. Vishrambhena means intimacy, intimate friend. At the same time, Gauravena, she should have lot of respect. She should not become familiar with her husband. Tu मैं नहीं करने का. And then Madhuraya Chabho. Madhuraya Chabho means she was speaking very sweetly. There is a saying by Chanakya Pandit that in the house where there is no mother, and then Badhyaya Apriyavadini. Apriyavadini means if the wife is speaking harsh words, then that man should leave that house and go to the forest. Aranyam tena gantavyam. Better to leave that house. If the wife is speaking very harshly, all the time. आ गया क्या किधर था, मेरा फोन नहीं उठाया क्यों? चालू हो जाए. Then but Devahuti is speaking very very sweetly, and then Shushrushaya, she is serving. Shushrushaya means serving her husband, very paricharya, menial service. Vishrambena Atma Shauchena. Atma Shauchena means she is keeping herself very clean, internally and externally. And Gauravena Damena Cha, she controlled her senses. She served her husband for many years. Kardama Muni, he spoke very sweetly after some time that, my dear princess, you are so beautiful, you are a daughter of a king, but you neglected everybody, for everybody, the body is very dear to them. Right? We care for our body. Body is very dear to us. So you have neglected your body, which is very dear to a conditioned soul, and then you served me. What is the second verse of Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter? Raj Vidya Rajguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. What is this Pratyaksha? So he said, I will show you. Pratyaksha. Two things. What is fearlessness and what is Ashoka? Ashoka means free from lamentation. So see my mystic opulences. I will give you this, I will show you, fearlessness and what it means to be free from lamentation. Right? We are, and everybody in this material world, we are having these two problems. What are they? Lamentation and fearfulness. Right? So Grasthas, you should have, you know, uh, that is why Prabhupada books should be there, and then we are following Prabhupada. So by following the principles given by Prabhupada, we should experience these two things: fearlessness and
No limitation.
Ashoka. So that is actually real success of life. You know. So this you will get by association with a pure devotee. Just like Devahuti got this benediction of Ashoka and Nirbhaya. So when a pure devotee like Sukadeva Goswami visits the houses of Grihasthas and stays for some time, Godohana, and then takes milk from their house, and that house is sanctified, that house becomes a Tirthasthana. And the result of association with a pure devotee is, even a hardcore criminals also, they would start believing in next birth. Why people commit sinful activities? Because they don't have faith that there is no birth. They think that there is no more birth. Let enjoy. Who kaun dekha hai, right? What kaun dekha hai, like that. But if you know that there is next birth, you will be afraid to commit sinful activities. When Narad Muni, he met Ratnakar, Valmiki Muni, right? He was actually killing so many animals. And these butchers and all, they don't have faith in the next life and all. If they have faith, if they believe that there is next life, they won't do all those things. They don't know what is sin and what is pious, right? Then he asked, Narad Muni asked, why are you killing so many animals? Right? No, it's for my family and all. So go and ask them, would they take share of your sinful activities? Wife and children, they refused. Why we will take? Right? Why will take? Then he got a realization. Said, now what should I do? Then because of associating with a pure devotee, his mind has changed. He said, what should I do? Then he told, chant Rama Rama. But he was not able to chant Rama Rama. Then what is your favorite word? Mara Mara. Maro Maro. Maro Maro. Right? Maro Maro you chant. Mara Mara. Then he chanted Rama. It became Rama Rama. Then a great anthill has formed over it. That is why there is a saying, one devotee, South Indian devotee is explaining why Sita went and stayed in Valmiki Muni. Because both came from, they are considered brother and sister. Because Sita is known as Bhumi Suta. And then Valmiki also came from Mitti only. That's why they are considered brother and sister. So she was staying in brother's house. Brother's house, like that. Another story is, Mrugari, Narad Muni, when he met Mrugari, he saw so many animals half-killed, and they were actually tadap rahe the. Narad Muni asked, why are you doing that? Better to kill them, na? He said, no, I get lot of pleasure by seeing them, struggling for life. Prabhupada said, these Muslims, these Bakrid, and during Bakrid time, they cut, throat of, and the children, they do it in front of the children. The children cry, because they don't want to see. But they make them see, so that they become, used to cutting the throats of people. So they like it. Right? They like it. So I enjoy it. So Mrugari, Narada Muni explained to him, you know what, you are going to suffer a lot because of all these things. So even though Mrugari was a very hardened criminal and sinful person, because of association with Narada Muni, his heart has changed. Then he said, what should I do now? He said, you have to become a devotee. Then for that what I have to do? Narada Muni said, you have to give up your Dhanush band. You know, Prabhupada writes a beautiful purport. We think that what we are working is the source of our income. But actually it is not true. Our income is given by Krishna. You can go and read, Madhya Lila, Atmarama verse explained, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Mrugari story comes. In that Prabhupada wrote, your occupation is not the source of your income. Like that Prabhupada wrote. So then Mrugari said, if I give up my Dhanushban, how will I get my food? He said, I will arrange. You just simply sit, put water to Tulsi, do circumambulation of Tulsi every day, and then sit near Tulsi and chant Hare Krishna. Everything will be provided. We will provide. When people heard that this Bhayankar hunter became a devotee, people started visiting, and then it is a custom that when they meet a sadhu, they would bring something, some wheat or something, some chawal and all that. Narada Muni said, whatever you want, you keep, and the remaining you distribute. Don't hoard them. So so many people were bringing so many things. Then he would keep whatever he needed, and the remaining he would distribute. So this is the benefit of sadhu visiting various people. So that is why when Narada Muni was cursed by Daksha Prajapati, that because Daksha Prajapati, what is meant by Daksha? Hello Sujata, what is meant by Daksha? Huh? Daksha means, अरे बोलो ना, expert in producing children. क्या आप लोग दक्षा है नहीं. आजकल एक बनाते हैं. हम दो हमारा एक. लेकिन दक्ष प्रजापति हम दो हमारा 10,000. एक बार 10,000 बनाया. Narada Muni went and preached to them and then chant. Then he made them brahmacharis. So Daksha Prajapati was very angry, but still he controlled his anger, and then he said, 1,000. Next time he produced 1,000. And then Narada Muni went to them, and then he made them also devotees. So he made 11,000 sons of Daksha Prajapati into devotees. He was very angry and then he was crying. मेरा 11,000 बेटा चले गए. And Brahmaji said, now this time produce daughters. He will not come. He is not ISKCON devotee. He will not preach to girl ladies. He would. That's why next time he produced daughters. Daksha Narada Muni thought, Loha garam hai, abhi marenge. Right? He is in a very distressed condition. If I go to him and preach to him, he may become a devotee. Narada Muni went and met him and tried to preach to him. Daksha Prajapati gave him all kinds of galis, you are a dongi and rascal, idiot, and all kinds of galis. Then he cursed him. You cannot stay anywhere, for more than one day or something like that. That's why Narada Muni did not have any ashram. He was cursed. But this curse doesn't work in Dwarka. So Narada Muni used to come and stay in Dwarka like that. Anyway, so Narada Muni would go all over the world and then he would make devotees. So Prabhupada said, I think I also got a curse from the parents of my devotees. Even though I have got very beautiful place in Los Angeles, New York and all, I also cannot stay anywhere for more than 2-3 days. I am doing all the time doing globe trotting. Like that. There is one place in Madhya Pradesh. He's a president there. I made him whenever I was director. He was coming to me. Then I made him but he became a devotee. Then his father came and cursed me. You will become a cat, you will become a dog. He is a Kerala wala, only son. And he is an engineer. और कोई नहीं मिला क्या? Like that, the big. I told him, you take him, na? I am not keeping him. You take him. You want to come? He said, no. He said, I don't want to come. Like that. So this is how, Sadhu Sangha will award us 2 things. What are they? Ashoka and Nirbhaya. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna. Let's thank prabhuji for giving wonderful lecture by saying Kirtan Hare Krishna Mahamudra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.